Shaddolls are getting a Link monster. Now we just need Construct back.
YugiNoNo.
Alright guys, really quick before I get into this great news, be sure to check out Sam's band Raglan. I have to give them a huge shout out. If you guys did not know, I actually direct their music videos on the side, so it not only helps Sam and, helps his band if you guys check out his new music video, but it also helps me out a lot too. So I will have the link to their new music video pinned down in the comment section. Alright guys, so now with that out of the way, let's talk about what we really want to talk about here. Let's get into all these new Link monsters. I actually have not read their effects yet, so this is going to be news to me just as much as it is to you. So let's scroll down and get started with all these. So first up, we have an Inzektor, Picaflena, however you pronounce that. It is a Link 2 Dark Insect effect monster with 1,000 attack, and the Link arrows are bottom left and bottom right, which is, that has been a trend with these, with all this legacy support that has been leaked out to us. So it requires 2 insect monsters to make. All right, fair enough, because it's Inzektor support. That makes sense. All right, so you can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. Gotcha. If this card is Link summoned, you can discard 1 card, then target 1 other insect monster you control, equip 1 insect monster from your deck to that target as an equipped spell with this effect. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, so effect number 2, you can target 3 insect monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 1 card. That's a little less good because, it might be a little slow to fill up your graveyard, but that is a good effect. It's kind of like a Pot of Avarice effect or whatever. But next up, we have a Madao Ginten Crowley. The translation is Crowley, Prophet of Prophecy or Aeon of Prophecy. It is a Link 2. It requires 2 Dark Spellcasters to make. Is it just me, or did they kind of copy and paste a lot of the same things, onto each new Link monster that has been revealed to us? Because right down to the bottom left, bottom right Link arrows, it seems like they kind of just copy and pasted that. Not that I'm complaining, at all. But it says you can only use the first effect with this card's name once per turn. Effect number 1, if this card is Link summoned, you can reveal 3 spellbook cards with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly chooses one for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. So that's like a Pantheism of the Monarchs, but like a Link monster for spellbooks. That's pretty good. Even though this only has 1,000 attack again, that's really, really good. Effect number 2, each turn 1 level 5 or higher spellcaster monster you normal summon can be summoned without tributing. Wow. So that's really good prophecy support, actually. I really dig it. But before I get into talking about all these, let's get into this Shaddoll monster. Let's get into this new Shaddoll Link monster. It is known as Shaddoll Nephilim or Shaddoll Construct. Just give us back regular Construct. What are you doing naming this Construct for? But it is a Link 2 Light Fairy effect monster. It has 1,200 attack, so more attack than the other 2. Link arrows, middle left, middle right, so going both directions that way. That's kind of weird. Link materials 2 flip monsters, so it's a generic, needs 2 flip monsters to make. Okay, fair enough. And all of your base Shaddoll monsters are all flips, so that's pretty cool. Like all your main deck Shaddoll monsters, really. So you can use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. Okay. Effect number 1, during your main phase, you can fusion summon 1 Shaddoll fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or your side of the field as fusion materials. Wow, this is a walking Shaddoll fusion. Wow, we're like, yeah, that's really good. That's really good. This is a walking poly for Shaddolls. That's really cool. That's way, way sick. So, effect number 2, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send 1 Shaddoll card in your hand or face up from the field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon this card from your graveyard. Very cool. So this recovers itself. It summons itself from the graveyard by triggering another Shaddoll monster. Very cool. So free stuff, that kind of plays off for Shaddolls, being able to fusion summon for free and just getting multiple different effects at the same time. A lot of people didn't really like that when they came out, but a lot of people did. That was a really fun mechanic. Shaddolls are probably, honestly, the ultimate fusion deck up there with the Heroes and, several other fusion decks of the past. Undoubtedly, Shaddolls are the best fusion deck of all time, and it's really cool to see them actually get some support. They needed a Link monster. I kind of wish that it was bottom left, bottom right like the other ones, for the Link arrows. I feel like that would have been way more broken. Probably way too broken. I can't wait to see what Shaddoll players do with this card, though. I feel like they're going to be able to do a lot with the Shaddoll players. I've seen some Shaddoll players come up with some really creative stuff. They've really tried to keep the deck alive, and I feel like, now that they've kind of gotten a bone thrown to them, even without Construct getting off the ban list, I feel like they're going to take advantage of it, when this card comes out. Maybe even try to make Shaddolls at the very, very least competitive again. That would be way cool. Well, another thing that would be way cool, though, is if Konami came out and unbanned Construct when this Link Monster drops. That would be way sick. I think Construct has done her time. I think she can come off the ban list. That is just my opinion, though. That is just my opinion. As for the other two Link Monsters, the Prophecy one is very good. Inzektor, the Inzektor Link Monster is probably way too little too late. The Prophecy one might be a little, too little too late as well for Prophecy, but Prophecy has been a great archetype in the past. Inzektors have been a great archetype in the past, so what do I know? Maybe both of them, will actually bring the decks into competitive light. We will have to wait and see. But until these cards come out, guys, go ahead and let me know what you think about them down in the comment section. I think that they are phenomenal. I think this is really great support. I am so glad that Konami is releasing, just all these different Link Monsters to us for support for old decks. I think that is way killer. That shows that they actually listen, and that is just great. That is phenomenal on their part. But be sure to let me know what you think down in the comment section, and as always, be sure to dick slap that like button and subscribe. Subscribe!